Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters. Thank you all so much. It's also dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. I wouldn't do any of this without you guys, and I'm serious about that. As long as you like it, I'm going to keep doing it. Today we're diving into a new universe and the confusing character of Wraith from Apex Legends. Born Renee Hope Blazy, she comes from a different dimension that is not the dimension where Apex Legends and Titanfall games take place. I'll try to keep this simple. Working for the IMC on a special covert project known as Project Wraith, the purpose of this project was to discover alternate dimensions and fold space-time. After an accident that wiped her memory, Renee became Subject 61137, the unwilling human test subject for interdimensional travel. Back to the normal dimension, IMC created the interdimensional travel, which eventually led to the dimension's Wraith coming to save Subject 61137. Wraith sacrifices herself to save 61137, who goes back to the Apex dimension and becomes Wraith. Yeah, it gets more confusing from here, but we're not going to go into all that. Wraith technology allows her to cross great distances, timelines, and even dimensions. Utilizing her tech, Wraith can quickly enter the fray and escape before anyone can even know what is happening. She can also see different timelines, allowing her to know the different outcomes of events, which can come in handy if you need to know if you're going to get shot in the face or not. Along with her tech, Wraith utilizes firearms and close combat tactics. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Trinity Katze for the game footage, as I don't play this game. Check out Trinity's YouTube and Twitch channels in the bottom corner and in the description. They're a huge gaming nerd who loves playing a variety of games each week and is just enjoyable to watch. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to make things simple for you, and we are multi-classing. We have several stat minimums, so you need to keep an eye on them. If you're new to the channel, those are the stats that are in orange while the others are in white. We'll start things off with Dex at 15. For your tech to be fully utilized in the field, you need to be fast and nimble. If you know when the gun will be pulled, not being able to dodge it will not help you survive it. Intelligence comes in at 14. Without intelligence, tech is useless. Wisdom follows with 13. Once more, if you don't understand something, your tech is useless. Con comes in at 12. No reason for this, but we're gonna need a good health, trust me. Strength comes in at 10, and we're dumping charisma. Neither are really important for this build, and when you first appeared in your new dimension, you had no idea who you were, and you messed some stuff up and you had to jump back in time to fix it. Wraith is a human. Fear and Human grants you a free feat and skill with your stat improvement. Place +1 into Dex and Wisdom. For your feat, Alert adds +5 to your initiative. Other creatures can't gain advantage on attack rolls against you, and while you're conscious, you can't be surprised. For your skill, take Stealth. For background, we need the skills Perception and Insight. Alright, let's go straight into interdimensional tech. Level 1 wizards start off with 2 skills. Take Arcana and Investigation. Spellcasting grants you spells that you can use to bend time and space, as well as gives you explosives and bullets. You receive a spell book that contains all your spells, and after finishing a long rest, you can prepare a total number of spells for you to use that equals your wizard level plus intelligence modifier. Right now, that's 3. Sorry. Don't worry, by the end of this build, you'll be able to prepare 19 spells. We just need some time. You didn't really fully understand things when you got your tech, so this kind of makes sense. You can also add new spells you find to your spellbook over time. Arcane Recovery lets you regain spell slots. Once per day after a short rest, you can choose to regain used spell slots equal to half your wizard level rounded up, but these can never be 6th level or higher. Now let's get into spells. You start off with 3 cantrips and 6 spells. For those spells, Firebolt lets you fire a blast out to 120 feet and dealing 1d10 fire damage on a hit. Ray of Frost gives you the mobile exclusive Frost Grenade. Throwing a grenade out to 60 feet, the grenade causes 1d8 cold damage on a hit and reduces the target speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. If the mobile game is gone by the time you watch this, or has been gone for a while since I don't play Apex, who cares? Ice Grenade. Gift of Alacrity gives you a d8 to add to your initiative for up to 8 hours. Magic Missile fires 3 bullets that auto-hit their targets and deal 1d4 +1 per bullet. Shield adds +5 to your AC as a reaction. Feather Fall stops all fall damage no matter the height. Mage Armor grants you awareness to attacks and gives you an AC of 13 plus Dex for 8 hours when not wearing armor. You get 2 more spells and 1 more cantrip. Have fun customizing. Level 2 wizards gain their subclass. Time for peering into different timelines. School of Divination, found in the player's handbook, works perfectly. Divination Savant makes it easier for you to learn divination spells, cutting time and money to learn the new spell and place it into your spell book. Portent allows you to shift timelines to a more favorable one. When you finish a long rest, you roll 2d20s and record the numbers. Until you finish another long rest, you can replace any attack, saving throw, or skill check that you or someone you can see makes. You can only do this before the roll and can only replace one roll per turn. You learn 2 new first level spells at this level. Choose what you want. Level 3 wizards receive second level spell slots. Now we're getting to the spells you want. For your new spells, Shatter gives you a concussive grenade that you can throw out to 60 feet. It then explodes and creates a 10-foot radius sphere and forces a con save on everyone within the sphere. Each creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failure. Fortune's Favor imparts some temporal luck on yourself or one of the other legends. Touching one willing creature, they are now touched with temporal power. For 1 hour, when the creature makes an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, they can dismiss the spell and roll another d20 and choose the d20 to use. They can also use this by dismissing the spell when another creature attacks them, rolling their own d20 and choosing which d20 is for the attack. If the original d20 roll was at advantage or disadvantage, the spell goes against the d20 picked from the disadvantage or advantage roll. Level 4 wizards earn our first ability score improvement. Place this into intelligence to bring your total number of spells prepared to 7. For your new spells, Misty Step gives you a temporal jump, teleporting 30 feet with a bonus action. Augury lets you look forward in time by 30 minutes. Spending 1 minute to cast this, you peer into the future to see the course of a plan that can't exceed 30 minutes ahead. You will then be told one of 4 things about the plan. Wheel means good, woe means bad, wheel and woe means both good and bad will happen, nothing if the results are neither good or bad. Now, if you know anything about timelines, you know that this spell isn't perfect. It only takes in consideration what is set in stone. Spells casted that weren't planned for, losing people, and such things can alter the foreseen events. If you cast this spell 2 or more times before your next long rest, there is a 25% chance for each casting after that the future you see will actually be a random timeline and not the true timeline. But the DM will make this roll in secret. You get another cantrip, have fun. Okay, we need some combat now. Level 1 monks start off with unarmored defense. Now when not wearing armor, your AC is 10 plus dex plus wisdom, giving you an AC of 15 right now. Martial arts improves your hand-to-hand and simple melee weapons in combat. Now when not wearing armor, your unarmed strikes and simple melee weapons can be dex-based. You can make an unarmed strike with a bonus action after taking the attack action, and your unarmed strikes and simple melee weapons can replace their damage with martial arts dice, which start off at a d4 but will improve. Your character level 5 now. Firebolt and Ray of Frost now do 2 damage dice each. Level 2 monks gain unarmored movement. Now when not wearing armor, your speed is increased. Your total speed is now 40 feet. Ki grants you temporal energy to enhance your physical capabilities. You receive ki points equal to your monk level between short or long rests. By the way, I always leave this part out because I already repeat myself so much, but you actually receive all your ki points back after 30 minutes and not the full rest. But if you didn't know that, that's not my fault. You're the one not reading. Reading is fun. So what can you spend these ki points on? How about Flurry of Blows, which costs 1 ki point and allows you to make 2 unarmed strikes with a single bonus action after taking the attack action. Patient Defense costs 1 ki point and now Dodge is a bonus action. Step of the Wind costs 1 ki point and now Disengage or Dash is a bonus action, and your jump distance is doubled. Level 3 monks now have their subclass. Time to beat people up with Way of the Open Hand found in the player's handbook. Open Hand technique improves your Flurry of Blows. Now when you hit a creature with one of your Flurry of Blows attacks, you can activate one of 3 effects. You can force a dex save and knock them prone should they fail. You can force a strength save and push them back 15 feet should they fail, or stop them from taking reactions until the end of your next turn. Now remember this, all of this is a DC based on your wisdom, while your spells are based on your intelligence. Don't get those confused. You have 2 different DCs now. Deflect Missile lets you reduce damage you take from ranged melee attacks with a reaction by 1d10 plus dex plus monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0 and you have an open hand, you can catch the projectile and throw it back. Level 4 monks earn another ability score improvement. place this into intelligence again to bring your total prepared spells to 8. Slow Fall lets you reduce falling damage with a reaction by 5 times your monk level. Featherfall will always be better, but this doesn't use a spell slot. Quickened Healing lets you reverse damage to you by spending 2 key points as an action and rolling a martial arts dice and adding your proficiency bonus to heal. Level 5 monks receive extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Stunning Strike lets you knock the wind out of someone you hit. After hitting an enemy, you spend 1 key point to force a con save. Should they fail, they are now stunned until the end of your next turn. Focus Aim lets you turn a miss into a hit. You can now spend up to 3 key points to add 2 per point to the missed attack. Your martial arts dice are now a d6. Level 6 monks gain Key Empowered Strikes. Your unarmed strikes are now magical. Wholeness of Body lets you reverse damage even more. With an action, you can heal yourself 3 times your monk level per long rest. Your armored movement is now 45 feet. Level 5 wizards now have 3rd level spells. For your spells, Fireball gives you a powerful explosive. Now you can launch this explosive out to 150 feet and cause it to detonate into a 20-foot radius sphere of fire. Each creature inside the sphere must make a dex save or take 8d6 fire damage. Invisibility allows you to phase shift and cloak yourself. For 1 hour while you maintain the spell, you become invisible. This spell ends early if you attack or cast a spell. Your character level 11 now. Firebolt and Ray of Frost now do 3 damage dice each. Level 6 Divination wizards receive Expert Divination. Now when you cast a Divination spell of 2nd level or higher, you regain a spell slot of a lower level, but this can never be higher than 5th level. This includes Augury, Fortune's Favor, and your new spell. Borrow Knowledge lets you learn from an alternate timeline. For 1 hour, you gain a new skill. This spell ends early if you cast this spell again. For your second spell, grab what you want. Level 7 wizards gain 4th level spells. For your new spell, Dimension Door lets you fold space and jump to another location within 500 feet that you can see, describe, or visualize. You can also jump with 1 willing creature within 5 feet of you. But you need to be careful with this. If your jump ends within an occupied space of an object or creature, the jump fails and you take 4d6 force damage. Greater invisibility allows for an even better phase shift, but for a shorter time. Now, for 1 minute while you maintain this spell, you are completely cloaked and nothing ends the spell early except breaking concentration. Level 8 wizards earn another ability score improvement. Let's cap off intelligence. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 9 wizards now have 5th level spells. For your new spell, Far Step is an upgrade of Misty Step, except now you can teleport 60 feet with a bonus action, and maintain this spell for 1 minute to teleport each turn with a bonus action. For your next spell, Customize. From here on out, we're going to be letting you do most of this work for spells, because you only have a few more spells that you need that make sense for you. So seriously, have fun with this. Give yourself some brand new tech. Level 10 Divination wizards receive the Third Eye. This grants you a new feature with an action that lasts until you are incapacitated or take a short or long rest, which is cool because you can only do this once per short or long rest. With an action, you can give yourself dark vision out to 60 feet, see the ethereal plane within 60 feet of you, can read any language, or see invisible creatures and objects within 10 feet of you. For your new spells, take what you want. At this level, you get 2 spells and your final cantrip. Level 11 wizards gain 6th level spells. For your new spells, Arcane Gate lets you open a jump portal that lasts for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. You choose 2 points that you can see, 1 point within 10 feet of you and the second within 500 feet of you. Now while open, you and the rest of the legends can cross the portal. Careful though, the portal automatically closes and the spell fails if one of the gateways occupies the same space as a creature. True Seeing lets you see through your current timeline for 1 hour. For that hour, you have True Sight, can see secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane, all out to a range of 120 feet. You're now character level 17. Firebolt is maxed out at 4d10 a shot, and Ray of Frost is now 48 per blast. Level 12 wizards earn our final ability score improvement. Place this into decks for better combat and AC. For your spells, have fun. Seriously, you now have access to some awesome spells that aren't in Apex Legends. But this is D&D now, so you can really make this your own. Give yourself more damage spells, better teleportation, heck, cross other dimensions. Up to you. Level 13 wizards receive 7th level spells. For your new spell, Dream of the Blue Veil lets you completely jump into a new reality on the material plane. You and up to 8 willing creatures fall unconscious after you cast this spell for 10 minutes and remain that way for 6 hours. During this time, the legends and you cross into a brand new reality. Well, actually, not actually brand new, because one of you must be from that reality or have an object from that reality. If you take damage before the trip is complete, the spell fails and no one gets to go there. Make sure you're safe when you cast this spell and talk to your DM about what worlds are allowed. Me personally, I would just like to have a heads up to study the world, and I know some DMs would not allow certain worlds like Eberron or Exandria. For your second spell, take what you want. Our final level is level 14 wizard, and Divination wizards now have greater portent. You get 3 portent d20s per long rest. For your final 2 spells, go nuts and have some fun. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 10, Dex 18, Con 12, Intelligence 20, Wisdom 14, Charisma 8. Your total levels are Wizard 14, Monk 6. Let's dive in. Time is yours to know. You can see if plans work, can choose how events unfold, and reverse damage done to yourself. You can also move yourself faster through time, strike faster, and completely jump to other locations or even jump realities. You're also great in combat. You can attack up to 4 times, dealing 1d6 plus 4 per hit, and all this is magical. You can fire ranged attacks out to 150 feet, dealing massive damage, or just auto hit a few targets and move on before they can do anything. To end it all, you have an AC of 16 without magic, 17 with mage armor, and this can be brought up to 22. You can also augment yourself with new skills and be able to see through the timelines completely, noticing anything that's hidden. Before we go to downside, I would just like to say I love how I reflavored Ki to be a temporal energy and say you're not moving faster, you're just moving faster through time. Also saying healing is just reversing damage. I love reflavoring. D&D is fun. Downside. Firstly, you're a spellcaster and that doesn't go well with your health. Sorry to say, you're just over 100 HP taking the average. Your hand-to-hand combat capabilities and AC are also not as amazing as they could be because we couldn't max out dex. Finally, your charisma is terrible. You can improve all this with just better starting stats that you can get from using a different stat system such as rolling. See all the timelines and help your team achieve the goals and claim victory in the Apex games. Thank you all for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. Make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character. The new poll is up now and it's a Midnight Sun showdown. It's Blade versus Ghost Rider.